So we've all known for the longest time that there is definitely going to be a form of other location in GTA 6, but also we know that Brian and Jason use a plane to transport goods, and it's probably not transporting goods around Florida. Now, there's one piece of key evidence that everyone just kind of struck off as not being accurate or being an artist's interpretation, and it was this poster in this photo. Now, someone's actually re-stretched it back out, and it's worth noting that some of the scaling will be slightly off in this, but for the most part, it's pretty accurate. There's a couple of spots in here that have kind of been edited to remove Brian's hand from the image, but for the most part, this is pretty accurate to what's on the table. Now, it goes without saying, this is not Leonida Keys. There's too many islands and not enough water. The ratios are entirely off and completely wrong. A good example is the road structure. This road structure isn't typical of American roads, and it's actually more typical of like South American residential roads, and that brings us to our next point. Where is this? So, like an absolute nerd, I've just spent the last 3 hours going through every single possible place that this could be, and I'm left with a few different key options, but I'm keen to hear your thoughts. The most likely option that I think at the moment is the Bahamas. This is a selection of islands off the coast of Florida, and the small little islands and waterways seem to match what the Bahamas has within it, and this also links back into the roadways. Now, there is one thing that's throwing me off, which is this big brown line going from the top right corner to the bottom left corner. That's confusing me. I've seen some theories that that could be a motorway. I personally believe that's some sort of river passage or canal, the way that it bends and curves. It looks to me to be more a waterway of some sort. Now, initially, I did think it was this part of the map, but to be honest, the surrounding areas just don't match it in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to probably rule that out for this instance. However, on the top left corner, to me, that looks like some sort of compound or airport. The way that it's been laid out or structured, to me, it looks like we have a runway at some point in the top left. Now, it is worth saying that you may think, well, that looks too short to be a runway. We don't know the scale. We also, a good point to raise is that the image has been warped. So we are going to see some slightly misscaled sections of the image. So it could be the Bahamas. It could also be Cuba. Once again, Cuba's known for having the little islands dotted around. Or the other option, which on paper seems the most logical choice, but actually in reality doesn't appear to match the map with the various different islands on it. It could be Venezuela, Colombia, or maybe even Ecuador. Maybe even leaning a little bit into Panama, but I'm not 100% sure. The one thing that we do know for certain, based on what we've seen from this image and what we kind of know roughly from the mapping project, plus everything we know about Florida at the moment, this doesn't appear to be Florida. On the right hand side, that's a sort of Everglades section. Well, the Everglades is on the left in real life. And on the far left hand side, there's more water. It would appear that this is an island of some form. Really keen to hear what you guys think about this down below. From everything we know, this isn't Leonida. So you know what to do, guys. Speculate down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.
The way that I ball, I should have played for the Big Ten when I touched stage, but they packed in. Got a pretty thing to make a back bend. Let me see it all through the glass lens. Had some people try to snake if I see you, I'm teed up my